And I don't think that's right. Really shouldn't be doing that, and it's going to give us a bad name. Let's talk adventure vans, including some vans which some people might say are the Ferrari Purosangue, fake SUVs. Let's have a look. Starting off with this one here. Some of you sometimes say all they ever talk about is Ford and Volkswagen. Well, this is the Westfalia, and this one in particular has been built on the Fiat Ducato chassis. So let's go and have a look inside here. So the first thing that strikes you, certainly strikes me, is the light cream interior. It's really nice, light and airy. It's not dark, it is very bright, gives that idea of space. And these wooden units, not quite sure what colour they are, but they kind of look walnutty. So just to show you the dash if you've not seen the Fiats before, so again, looking nice and modern. This is the Auto, I think it's a 2.2 diesel, 140 horsepower, automatic as you can see. And these seats which I have sat on it, and they are very comfy. So you've got the table, and this bit swings out. So you've got 4-seater table here. Although this is only a 2-berth van, you can still fit 4 people. So over this side of the kitchen, the swing out fridge, so you can open it from the inside and the outside. You've got a 2-burner gas hob, a sink, and then you've got the bathroom with a toilet and a shower and plenty of mirrors up there. So you can see what you're doing, see that you're making sure you're getting clean. So then you've got the bed in the back, and the bed is a Frolly mattress, and you've got loads of storage space above here. Now this is the 540, so it isn't the longest of vans, it's quite compact. Just speaking to somebody on the outside a second ago, and they like the fact that this is kind of a medium size, and it would suit their lifestyle, because each of these vans do suit different people. And yet, adventure, it's got the off-road, all-road tyres. But some might say this is not a true off-roader, because it's only 2-wheel drive. So shall we go and find some all-wheel drive, some real off-road vehicles? Let's go and see. So coming onto the Vanworx stand, we've got a range of vehicles here. Now, I did a video recently about the Chesil Trail, and quite a few of the comments were saying it's not a true off-road vehicle. It's got off-road tyres, but they were saying it isn't off-road because the clearance isn't high enough. Well, that clearance can be raised. These vans can be raised quite easily. And some of these are 4-wheel drive. They are available in options of 4-wheel drive. So this one's, for instance, so this is a T7, and this T7 is all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. So it's got the 4-wheel drive powertrain. It's got those off-road wheels. And let's face it, when you are talking about these vehicles, I've literally forgotten what I was talking about. Just been stopped by a subscriber. Thank you very much. I really, really do enjoy having these conversations with you. So anybody who stopped me and said hello and had a chat, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And it's fantastic to hear the positive stories which you've got. More than happy to have a chat with anybody. I think I was saying that most people who go away in these adventure vans are not really going on many massive adventures. So what's the point of them, you might think? Well, the point is, you might not be going on a massive adventure, but have you ever got stuck in a field in a car? Have you ever got stuck because your road tyres, your summer tyres aren't giving you the grip which you actually need? Well, that's where this helps. You know, they can really help. Those wet, muddy fields which you're going on, those beaches, it just helps you to prevent from getting stuck. These tyres really do grip. And this is why we see a lot of these vans which have got the off-road tyres, they aren't actually 4-wheel drive, they're not all-wheel drive, because the tyres themselves really do make a big difference. So having this particular setup really does benefit a lot of people, and that's why we're seeing more of them. We are seeing more and more of these adventure-style vans for that reason. People have tried them, people have used them, and people can really kind of get to grip with what they are. So maybe the height of them, maybe that ground clearance isn't going to get you over those massive boulders when you're travelling completely off-grid. But that's not what these vehicles are for. You're not really going to be taking a transporter to do that. And if you did, then you'd get the suspension raised, wouldn't you? So let's just have a quick wander around these vans. Like I've said, that we've got the transporter, the T7. We've got the Trail. So the Trail, is obviously built on the Ford Transit Custom platform, and this is what I've done. This one here is more of a day van setup, and as you can see, it is a twin slider, so you can access the vehicle from both directions. And you can see in there, obviously, you've got the 3 seats, and that is a bed. That does convert into a bed, and then you've got the single seat here. In fact, if we go to the van next door, which is also all-terrain, you can see a little kitchen pod inside. So we can see we've got the kitchen pod in there, which has got a power bank in the bottom. So that's got an induction hob, so you can be doing your cooking. So coming around the back of this one, we've got the, you can see the rear of the bed, and there's no space, but that is because it's on the rails. So with the rail system, it can obviously slide back and forth. So you've got the room either at the back or at the front. And the pod, which I've just mentioned, that is also fitted, fixed to that rail, so it can be obviously taken out and removed as you so wish. And various different pods, I'm sure, are going to be developed. So it could be a modular system with lots of other things in there. You can just see in here we've got some blinds. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to go to Vanworx, I'm going to have a proper look at these vans and go into some in-depth specs about them, talking about them a little bit more, because obviously there's a lot more to talk about with the roof systems which they use and why they use the particular roofs which they do, because this one has got a roof and then that one hasn't over there. So we've obviously got different choices. People want different vans, and that's just kind of what they do. So more adventure vans. They do obviously have the Max Tracks. So that is this one is a 4x4. It's a 4-wheel drive. So this one is more capable of going off-grid. So in a moment, I'll pop my head in here and we'll have a proper look at it. But this is built on the Crafter platform, and around the front you can see it's got these laser lights, which are very popular again at the bottom and also at the top, and it really does floodlight the area when you turn those lights on. So what do you reckon of that one? Pop inside in a second and have a proper look. So inside this one quickly, and I do have to be quick, they've got loads of customers wanting to have a look at it, but the fridge, so indoor and outdoor living, Moby frame double seats. And you can see it's been built on the Volkswagen Crafter, and it's got the gear knob there, automatic. Lovely upholstered seats, twin armrests with the Vanworx logo in the headrest, which I always really quite like. It's got the Audison audio, so updated audio, updated speakers all the way around, uprated I should say. And you've got these additional speakers in the roof there. This suede liner, that's really quite nice, I like that. You've got the fan here. And then you've got another air vent at the back. Now this vehicle is powered. It's got a Webasto water heater and also heating system as well. 460 amp hour of battery power. It's got 280 watt solar panel on the roof. So it is a chunky electrical system which it's got in it. Everything's on this control panel over here. So everything can be controlled on that, as you can see, all your levels on there, the battery power, all the charge status, etc. Corian work surface, so you've got these taps. I do like these taps. They have really come on in recent years. The taps just look a lot better and feel a lot better. There was a lot of talk when these kind of first came out, the kitchen taps are a bit too heavy, etc. But these are like a home on wheels these days. So, you know, why not put the high-end products in? The double burner hob, induction hob, like I say, and then you've got the shower and toilet, and it's got the tambour door to put on there, and then you've got the shower head there. You've got a drop down sink. I'm not sure if you've seen one of these. So drop down sink, so you've got your tap there, which is, like I say, hot water. Toothbrushes there, not really sure if anybody's been living in here, but there's some toothbrushes anyway. And then you've got the toilet there. So around the rear, you've got the bed, traverse sleeping, you've got the garage underneath, and again, you can have a tambour door which kind of rolls down, roller door, and then ladders to get into the bed there. So let's pop around the back and have a look. So spur wheel on the back. In the door, you've got these door pockets which you can put your storage in, and you've got the shower head there. fuse box there, and then cupboards, and you'd be electrical systems and various different bits and pieces there, and the shower outlet is over here. So it's just a quick run around the van. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to Vanworx soon. Vanworx isn't actually too far away from me, so I'll be doing plenty of videos on not only this van but also the transporters, the transits, etc. as well, just to give you a proper feel of the business of Vanworx, because they do produce a lot of really good vans. Vans actually can't do justice. I can't do justice to any of these vans really at the show. I need to sit down and I need to kind of go through the full specs to give you a proper idea. But yeah, this is just an overview. So let's get on to the next one. So if anybody's been coming to the Caravan and Camping Show, or Motorhome and Caravan Show as it is, have been coming for the last few years, you'd have seen a company that I think it was only set up a few years ago, but they have become the talk of the place when it comes to adventure vans. They are starting to really build their business. And this year at the show, they've got 2 vans. One of them is a 6 metre and the other is a massive 7 metre. And it really caught my eye when I came in. And this is Project Yonder, and it's got a hammock on the roof. So look at that hammock on the roof. That really caught my eye. When I first arrived at the show and was walking into this hall, which is on the border, I think it's Hall 11 and Hall 12, it really caught my eye. And the front of this vehicle, it screams adventure. I mean, look at that. It's going to certainly be avoiding the stone chips. And as you can see, it's been built on the Mercedes platform. So these vehicles are truly built for off-road. So as you can see, obviously all-terrain tyres, which would come as standard on any kind of adventure vehicle, but it's on VB suspension. This suspension is purposely built to truly be used off-road. And as you can see, this is a massive 7 metres. So with a 7 metre long van, you're certainly going to be getting a lot of tech inside it. So if we can, we shall pop our heads inside and give you another look at it. Right, after a long wait to get in, which is fantastic for the company because they're extremely busy. Loads of people are showing interest, but not just interest as in we're just interested. They are genuinely interested buyers, because this company, like I say, really has taken off and people really do like the product which they've got. So let's quickly have a quick look around. So it's 4 seats, so it is on the Mercedes platform. So we've got a 190 horsepower 2-litre diesel engine. It is automatic and it is 4-wheel drive. And you can see down there we've got all the light switches for the big lights outside, making sure that you can see and light up the entire football stadium. Some nice, really comfortable front seats, and then we've got some other 2 seats here with a table in between. Let's get onto the important stuff. So kitchen, show you something really special in a minute, because this hasn't just got the 2-burner hob, it has got a lot more, which you will come on to. So Korean work surface by the look of it. Obviously it's got this wooden detail throughout, which really does make it look nice. So we've got the taps here, nice little storage areas. And then the whole system is powered by Garmin. So everything can be controlled from this unit. So the water tank, so I think it's 120 litres of water on it. Power-wise, it's running on a 24-volt system. So the actual system is 24 volts, and it's got 2 batteries, which are 200 amp hour. Solar power on the roof. You've got a 5,000 kilowatt. No, you haven't. That'd be flipping massive. You've got a 5,000 watt inverter, and yeah, it absolutely runs everything which you need. As far as heating's concerned, you've got the Truma D6, hot and cold. Not hot and cold. You've got the heating and the water, and to keep cool, it's got a Truma air conditioning. So we've mentioned recently on the channel before that a lot of these vans now are going overseas, going onto the continent, and people are wanting to stay cool. So these air conditioning systems are really useful, but to have that, then you do need to have that battery power. So with the batteries on this being as powerful as they are, it's more than capable of running that. And to charge them up, it has got a 250 amp hour, no, 250 amp charger, so it charges really quick. As far as food and drinks concerned, We've got a Vitra Frigo fridge freezer, and this is 120 litres. Oh, fancy one of those bottles of sparkling water, but I've shut the door without taking one, don't you worry, I won't. And then it's got a freezer compartment down here at the bottom. Plenty of storage around. I'll show you the bed in a moment, but then we've got a shower and a toilet here, which you would expect for a van of this size. Like I said, it is 7 metres, so it is an absolute monster. Plenty of storage around this side as well. Pots, pans, cutlery, drawers. You know, you've got a room for everything. So let's go outside and show you this special thing which we have out here. So this is the back of the vehicle, and I'm just going to quickly go around it so you can't see it. But what I'm showing you there is I'm showing you the electrical system. So the electrical system is in here in the garage. Not only have you got the fridge in there, but they've put in there a Dometic cool box as well, and also a Dometic fridge freezer. So just above that, you've got the bed, so a nice sized bed, and obviously extremely comfortable mattress. And then you've got the vent in the roof with some more storage. But look at this. This is really quite cool. So it is a pull-out kitchen. So these drawers here, there's not just the kitchen one, there's some others as well, and you can store various different things in there. But this one is an outdoor cooker. So you've got your cooker there, you've got a sink, and then, like I said, you've got your fridge down there as well. So you can cook outside without getting all those smells and things inside the van. And as you can see, you've got a netting which you can put around there to kind of keep the flies and things out. So it is a really well-built van made for true off-grid. So that's the 7 metre van, which is an absolute monster of a van. But they do have the 6 metre, so if you didn't quite want the 7 metre van, then you do have the 6 metre van. And I'm not going to go in there, but there's a lot of things which are very, very similar. Again, just such a good van. But also, you've got the accessories. So they've got the accessories where you can be choosing your wheels, your various different bits and pieces of the van. So you can be really, truly making the van, you know, absolutely bespoke as to your what, from the wheels to the lighting. Yeah, there's so many different other aspects which you can do. And like I say, it's a company which is gaining traction. It's gaining a lot of followers, not only because obviously the vans are looking as good as they are, but because they are building them well. People are using them, people are taking them to these places and really, really enjoying them, using them exactly as you should be using them. So something else built on the Volkswagen platform, and this is another crafter. This one is only 2-wheel drive. So some will say not a true off-roader, but like I've already said, they're not all necessarily going to be taken to terrain which is so extremely undulating. But still, this crafter, not particularly this exact one, but these crafters do go to the Arctic Circle in 2-wheel drive. So you can still stick some chunky tyres on them, these are off-road tyres, and it can still cope with the demands of the Arctic Circle. So they are capable vehicles, even though you might not think they are because they're only 2-wheel drive. But let's have a quick look inside this one. It's completely different to what we've just seen, but I love the garage in this one. So I'm not going to spend too much time, but 300 amp hour battery, Victron Multi Plus, all the electrics in there. I do love that cupboard. And actually, when I was speaking to them the other day, I did mention that again, and they did say, oh, we're actually due to be changing that. But look at this. This one is a 2-berth van, and it's a 2-berth van, and it's been specifically designed for the type of customer which they have, which they want these vehicles. And those customers want the air conditioning. So it's got Dometic air conditioning. So inside this one, again, fridge. It's got to open from the indoors and the outdoors as well, hasn't it? Gas-free van. So gas-free van, induction hob. So it's got the Dometic induction hob, 90-litre fridge, Corian work surfaces, tap, which is also hot water. Nice big sink in there, controlled by the Savvy panel. So the Savvy panel is a panel which does your lights and air conditioning. It's got your tank levels in there. It does your water heater. And yeah, it does everything. You can see obviously the state of the battery as well. Bathroom. So in the bathroom, you've got a shower, a sink, and a toilet. So you can see the seats which you've got here, and it is a bench seat which is facing outwards. Because it is a 2-berth, that's the way that this configuration has been set up. Now, it's been built on the VW, the new Crafter, so it's the new design Crafter. So you can see there, with it being an automatic, the gears are on the right hand side, you've got the electric handbrake, and then you've got the big screen. These seats, whether you like them or not, have been reupholstered in the red leather. So red leather, 2 armrests, which I think all vans should particularly have, and the bed is at the back, which I should have mentioned when we're in the garage, but I forgot to do that. The storage, plenty of storage, big garage. Love these lights, and it looks purple even though the actual lights are blue. And then you've got down here, you've got access to that big garage. So if you're sticking your bikes, your paddleboards, or your bedding, luggage, cases, whatever, you can easily access them through there. Storage for your pots and pans. Yeah, it's just a standard conversion. Then you've obviously got your microwave oven there. And if you saw the video which I did a few days ago, you will have seen that Dometic have brought out a prototype which they've been building with Bespoke Leisure, which is one of the vans which I'm in now, in the plug-in hybrid, and they've put a air fryer, a grill, and a microwave all in one particular unit. It's in prototype stage at the moment, so it's still in development. It is going through redesign. It's being redesigned, and hopefully it'll be released. I think it's going to be early next year, so that'll be a product to look for these gas-free vans, which a lot of people seem to be wanting at the moment. Right, let's go and have a look at this last van. This last van has got a story behind it, and the owner is on the stand, and I've had a chat with her this morning, and she's been telling me all about the van and all about the intricacies of it and why things have been done in a certain way. Let's go and have a look. Right, so before I get into this last van, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have known about it if I hadn't have bumped into Motorhome Matt. Motorhome Matt bumped into him in the atrium, and he said to me, have you seen, you need to go and have a look. And I did. I came over and I had a look. And Matt, you are absolutely right. This thing is absolutely brilliant. I had a good chat with Tracy. Tracy is the owner of this vehicle, and she explained all about it, gave me all the intricate details of why they've done things and how they do it and things like that. So we're going to have a look at it, but I will say, Matt, good luck with the operation. I really hope it goes well. We know it will do. You're in absolutely safe hands. And I look forward to speaking to you when you come back. So let's go and have a look at this Lancia Artemis. Right, let's try and get in here. It is a busy van. I can't get in the front at the moment. I've been studying for quite a while, and it's rather busy. This kind of shows how interesting the van is. So, round the back. So we can see you've got some kind of Alcantara, some suede side walls here with some door pockets, which are really nice and matching with the different colours of brown. But you've got the utility shower outlet there, and a nice electrical system. But not only does this look nice, the reason it's so deep and so wide is because it's got a massive Roma battery, a 460 amp hour Roma battery. Everything else is Victron, so we've got the Victron Multi Plus, and obviously all the control panels in there, the MPPT control, etc. for the solar. This van is fitted with 570 watts of solar on the roof there, which I'm not going to be tall enough, I'm only a short ass. Right, but this bed, so this bed, obviously the materials and the linen, etc. matches perfectly to all the colours which they've got on there, but that's not the main feature. This bed splits in half, so it lies flat there, but it tilts up at the back. So essentially you're turning it into a seat. So you've got the front portion here, which is essentially where you sit on, and then the back lifts up, and then you can sit out the back and looking at the view which you've got on the other side. So the idea of that is, if you're on site, you know, you can have a brew with a view, which Tracy, the owner of this van, did actually state to me, and you sat out the side and you're looking out the side of the van, you might be looking at your neighbour if you're pitched up on a campsite. Well, with this, you can be looking out another direction, and hopefully you're not completely surrounded by neighbours. So that is the reasoning behind this. I'm going to go around the front in a second when it is free, but let's first of all have a look around the outside of it. So we've got the spare wheel on the back, all-terrain tyres, And look at that design. Doesn't it look nice? And as you can see, look at all these people waiting to see it. So I might not get in there very soon. Give me a moment. Well, this is, I can assure you, going to be worth the wait, because I have waited about half an hour to get in this van, because it has become really, really popular. And I'm hopefully you're going to agree why I believe that. Now, at the front here, we've got some sports seats, and these are comfy seats. First thing this morning, I sat in these, and they are very nice, hold you in nice and well. So it's a MAN TGE, so we've got this nice big screen, manual, because that's what the customer wanted, because you've got to remember that this is a customer vehicle. This is a prototype vehicle from Landseer, and it was built exactly to the customer specifications. So if you're going to be ordering one of these vans, it might not be exactly like this, because they are going to be making some refinements. But you can see there's lovely little touches like these LED lights here, this lighting on these little shelves. Put your little knickknacks in there. And as I mentioned, when we're outside the back, and I said you can look out the back, you can sit on the bed and you can look at your nice view there. This is the bench seat on the side here. So again, you can sit on the seat here, looking out of the van there, taking in that nice scenery. The Dometic. So the Dometic, mentioned it already a few times, opens both ways, and as the owner said to me, open it this way for your milk, and you open it from that side for your beers and your wines later on. Perfect way of describing it. So this is a treat. So induction hob, standard induction hob, nothing particularly special about that, you're thinking, but where's the sink? Well, all you do is you pull, and it unveils the sink. Look at that. How many vans have you seen with a sink like that? So obviously this pops up and water comes out, and then you've got this here, which is your hot and cold water. All this is powered, as I've already said, by the huge 460 amp hour Roma battery, and it's got a Garmin control panel. So this Garmin control panel will control everything in the van, and soon it's also going to be able to be controlled at the touch of a button on your phone. You can talk to your watch and you can say turn on the heating, and it turns it on. So as far as the heating is concerned, this is fitted with the Truma combi boiler. So that combi boiler is going to be heating your water and also the heating as well. And the owner estimates that it's going to be lasting the batteries for about 10 to 12 days off grid. So it's a real long time. So shower room, so we've got the shower here, and it's a lovely tiled wall, and it really does look nice. And you can tell there's some small details, some touches which you don't generally get to see. I mean, that goes in. I mean, how many vans do you see that on? Lovely little sink, and then you've got your hand wash and your hand lotion in one there, and then you've got me there. Hello, how you doing? Hidden toilet. So in here, not going to lift it up because it's just a toilet at the end of the day, but you can lift that up and your toilet pulls out. So whilst you're having your shower, you're not having to dance around the toilet or dance around the sink or anything. It's been designed exactly as the owner wants it to be producing that nice space, and then when you want the toilet, you just pop that out. At the back of the van, you've got a roof there to obviously let that warm air out when you're in the summer. And you can see the bed from this side. And look at that lovely cafetiere to be having that coffee out of. Now, one thing which I do have to point out is this roof. So this roof, hopefully the camera will pick it up. So it's oak roof, but as you can see here, I'm not going to touch it, but you've also got that Alcantara, that suede, and the detail, the attention to detail on that really is superb. And then you've got the strip lights as well to provide that lighting. So all in all, this has been a really well designed van. Obviously there's storage all around, and that storage comes down here as well. So you've got two large storage below that bench seat there, and then you've also got these little storage areas here. So what do you think of this van? You let me know what you think. So adventure vans, which was your favourite there? There were a couple of those vans which I did have to wait a rather long time to get in. Like I said, that Landseer, it took me 30 minutes standing outside. Vanworx, I was 20 minutes outside, and then I went away and I had to come back later on. And the reason I did that is because I respect the people who are running the stands. I have seen, unfortunately, over this last few days, there have been a few people with cameras just running into vans in front of customers, poking them around customers, and I don't think that's right. Really shouldn't be doing that, and it's going to give us a bad name. Please be respectful. Any other YouTuber watching this, please be respectful to the actual people who are actually exhibitors are running the stands. Yeah, respect them. They're there to sell, obviously, to the public. So if you didn't see any of the other show videos which I've done on the T7, or maybe that plug-in hybrid with the extra special feature, then you can have a look at those here. Thanks for watching, take care, and I hope to see you soon.